We finally learned it, Jesse.
Oh, you have
Finally learned
it. Woo! You have it now.
And I tell you what, they love that song. And,
Yeah.
every weekend, Jesse is with us somewhere. We were in Grand Rapids last weekend, and a lot of Dutch Reform and Reformed church folks up there. Now, that's not their style of worship, but they were really into it.
It was then.
They were really into what you were doing.
It's amazing.
You live now in Chicago, but where were you born?
I was born in San Antonio, Texas.
Oh.
Texan.
And we have right back here a picture of his mother.
Yeah.
And
Viola Dixon. And my father, Big Jesse. His name was Jesse, too. They call me Little Jesse. Call him Big Jesse. This is my sister, Faye.
Faye.
And that's me.
Now,
my mother said I was never a little boy. I was always grown.
now, were you? What would you have been there? 5, 6, 7? When did you first start singing? Somebody said you were 5 years old.
Yes.
When you first started singing?
I started singing and playing the piano, and my mother and father wanted me to learn. I wanted to learn so fast. I went to music twice a week. Instead of once a week, I would go twice a week. I couldn't stand. I had to go back more and more. And so I went to learn to play the piano. And as I would play, I would sing. Yeah. And no one knew. Nobody in my family sings. Yeah. So they said, "What are you doing?" Nobody sings. My father plays a mandolin. We studied classical music, so I didn't know any gospel music at all. Yeah. So I was studying classical and playing the piano at 5 years old. And then I started hearing James Cleveland, Mahalia Jackson, and I fell in love with this music. Yeah. And here I am.
And I think later on that you'll be working with James Cleveland and Mahalia Jackson.
And Mahalia Jackson. Yeah. It was a dream come true.
In fact, you were with Mahalia pretty much to her death there in Chicago, weren't you?
In fact, she called me right before she passed. Mm. And she was the one that, if you know about prophecy, she prophesied that I'd do this. Mm. I was playing the organ at a church there in Chicago, Omega Baptist Church, and I was a minister of music. And she would come when she had a home in California, and then she'd come back to Chicago. She had a home there. Yeah. And she would come to hear me play and sing. She said, "You have such a different style." She said, "You're incorporating that classical stuff that you learned." Yeah. And with gospel. And she said, "That's why your sound is unique." And then you have this Texas thing that you do. She says, "Oh, a mixture, it's a stew." And so everybody wants to hear you. I said, "The do, Miss Jackson?" She said, "Yes, boy." And so she said, "And I prophesy that you will do what I'm doing."
Well, you're doing it. You're doing it, and you're doing it well. This tune you did on our video down by the Tabernacle. Yeah. Up in Fairmount, Indiana, at an old Wesleyan Methodist campground. And this tune was written by Brother Tinley, and this was a black gospel minister from Philadelphia, right? Yes. And he wrote Leave It There, and a lot of people know that one, and then they'll know this song, yes. Bye Bye, when the morning comes. Watch it.